Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speedbuilding video. So in today's video I wanted to sit down and do another apartment because I feel like I haven't done an apartment in a very long time, even though I think it's been about 2 or 3 weeks. My last apartment speed build was the YouTuber's apartment and I think that was around 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's been a long-ish amount of time for me. I just love doing apartments. It's one of my favourite things to do in The Sims, and so I decided today that I was going to sit down and build this little artist loft. So originally when City Living was announced and there was a series of live streams to kind of promote it, kind of show it off, I remember sitting there and watching, and one of the things the guru said was you could really live off the city and you can make money off the city, so you don't really need a job because there's so much to do in the city of San Myshuno. I've said city so many times, but in the city of San Myshuno, and one of them, the examples that they give was an artist, and I've always wanted to actually have an artist live in San Myshuno, and they sell their paintings on the street corners, and I just always love that idea, and I've never actually done it. And so for today's video I decided to sit down and build this little artist loft. So this is an apartment opposite Penny Pizzazz's apartment, and I've actually already got a apartment build on my YouTube channel of me doing this apartment, which I was originally going to do for my save file. I'm still not sure if I'm going to keep that one or replace it with this one because I think I prefer this one. I just really love the way it turned out. I add so many paintings and I really clutter this whole entire apartment up. It's so cluttered up. I think the total price of this apartment, if you wanted to buy it, was like 45,000 simoleons, which is quite a lot because I think this is actually the smallest apartment you can get in San Myshuno, because this is in the fashion district like I said, but I think it is the smallest one. I'm not completely sure, but it is a very small, cozy place to live. So as you can probably tell, with 45,000 simoleons, I did add a lot of clutter into it. I do actually change a few things up when I finish the video. So when I go in and take the screenshots, I do finish some stuff up. Not too much, but I will tell you which I switch up and all that, so you won't get confused. And the actual pictures of what the lot will look like will be in the screenshots. Just a few minor things I changed here and there, which when I came around to doing the screenshots, I just kind of had a change of heart and I didn't really like them. But anyway, talking about the actual build a little bit, as you can kind of see, I've already done the kitchen. So I went for an industrial kind of style for the kitchen. I absolutely love them counters we get a base game. My only one downside to these counters though is the tall cabinets that you can put. It's like a different colour, it's really weird. So I used the dark brown swatch of the counters and I wanted the cabinets to match, but I used the dark brown one, and the top of the cabinet is like this white wood, which is actually the colour of another cabinet. It's really strange, and if you try and change the cabinet colour to the other ones, then it just switches it up and it changes the bottom counter. It's a really annoying thing, so that's why I don't really tend to use them that often, but I decided to use them in this one because I thought it would just completely fit the theme that I wanted to go for this kind of artist who's maybe a street artist, graffiti artist, something like that. I just felt like it fitted perfectly in with this, and you can kind of see I'm just doing this little walkway here. So when I was initially decorating this part of the build, I just kind of put this little coat rack in and just some shoes and stuff like that, just to kind of make it look a little bit more realistic. But I actually had a change of heart because I decided that I wanted to have a cat in this apartment, and so I changed up that coat rack and just put a little litter box because I wanted the bathroom to be able to have a bath and shower combo, and it's such a small bathroom it wouldn't be able to fit that as well as a litter box, and so I do delete them and put a litter box there instead, just because I wanted the cat to have somewhere to go to the toilet. But as you can kind of see, I have just moved it on and I'm doing this little kind of lounge area. So it's a very small apartment, so it's all kind of all into one, and the bedroom actually has only an archway going into it. If you don't like that, you can just delete that and put a door, but I just thought it was fitting to have a little archway going into the bedroom because the bedroom is so beautiful. I absolutely love the way it turns out. I used some graffiti on the walls and I just absolutely love it. It's definitely one of my favourite apartments that I've ever done for sure. But anyway, getting back to the lounge area, so I've just done this little sofa area here, and I've done this little table which we got from Get Famous I believe, and I don't really ever use that table, but I decided that it fitted in with the kind of theme that I was going for today. And I do actually add some flowers above the TV, but when I came to doing the screenshots, this is one of the things I changed. I just really didn't like the look of it, and so I completely switched it up, and I spent about 20 minutes, I can't even speak, I spent about 20 minutes putting loads of different clutter items and debug items on the shelf. and I really like the way it turned out. One of the things I did was I actually used some normal books which your Sims can pull out of the bookcase, and I stacked them on top of each other to look like a tower of books. I absolutely love that, and so I actually do leave a separate screenshot just for the shelf, just so you can kind of see all the different objects that I used, because I thought it could be a little bit annoying if I say that I've changed it and I don't actually properly show you. So there is actually a screenshot of just the pure shelf if you're interested. But you can kind of see I've just done this little artist area over in the corner. I do actually add some paint cans which we got with City Living, but when I came to playtest in this apartment, the sim couldn't go and paint, and so I do just delete them paint cans, which I don't think was a massive loss. It was just blocking their entrance to like this little easel part thing over there. I did actually also add some newspapers below the easel, because normally I would just add the little rug which kind of has some paint splatters and stuff like that, but I just thought it looked really cool with these newspapers which we got from, I think it was Cats and Dogs, and I'm assuming it's meant to be somewhere where a cat can go to the toilet, but I think they're just, I don't think they're an actual usable item. I think it's just some, like a rug kind of thing. I just thought it would look really cool, and it kind of went with the urban kind of thing I wanted to go for in this apartment. So I just added them below it, the little easel, and you can kind of see I'm adding some shelves to this apartment. So this apartment has quite a lot of shelves in it. Like I said, I cluttered this whole apartment up so much, and I added so many books, and I added these little they're not Get Famous, they Get to Work little boxes, and they came with, I think it was a police career that they was the purpose for them, and I just think they look so cool if you size them down and kind of stack them on top of each other. Maybe one of them has got, I don't know, some pens in it, and the other one's got pencils, and the other one's got some other art supplies, something like that. I don't know, I just think it's a really cute little thing to size down and add it onto shelves. I also did actually just size it down a little sculpture what we have in base game. I don't really ever tend to use that sculpture, but I think when it's sized down and it's placed on top of a shelf, it looks really nice, and so I did just do that. But I am now going around and just adding some items for the cat. So I had a little food bowl, and I add this little box. Originally I put it into the bathroom, but like I said, it does actually end up just being in the little entrance hall, and now I'm actually onto the bedroom. So I absolutely love this bedroom. I love the way it turned out, and you can kind of notice I've got this graffiti sticker on the wall, and so basically I sized this down, and I actually go into the game and I do a mural onto it. I think I did a cultural mural, I'm not completely sure, but I absolutely love it. It's got this massive elephant on it, and it looks so beautiful. But at the minute it is actually a sized down object, so if you want to get your Sims to be able to interact with it, you will have to go into build and buy and then raise it up, or not raise it up, size it up, and then your Sims can paint on it that way. It will go into the bathroom, but once they're done with the mural, you can size it back down and just kind of switch it up depending on what your Sims want. I absolutely love this. I can't wait for you to see the screenshots, because it took my Sim around 4 or 5 sim days to actually get the mural right, because it kept on giving me the same mural which I did not want, and I finally got it in the end. It's this elephant one. It's absolutely beautiful. But as you can kind of see, I am just doing the rest of the bedroom. So I added I think it's the toddler stuff, or it might just kind of come in the free update, I'm not completely sure, but we got it around the time we got toddlers, and I wanted that to be the chest of drawers. So the other chest of drawers we have in the game are rather big, and this was kind of the smallest one I could find. And I just kind of had the image in my head that the Sim that lives here doesn't have a lot of clothes. Maybe they have like a couple tops and a couple pair of jeans or something like that. They don't have a ton of clothes, and so they wouldn't need a massive dresser or bedside table. So I do just add that little tiny one, and now you can actually go and see me just adding in the little litter box, because that's where I realised that I needed to have one in. But I also just add this Get Famous frog in one of my favourite swatches that we actually have in the game, and I size it down just to fit underneath the bed, and I just think it looks so beautiful. And the colours in the rug actually match the mural which I use so well, and so it just kind of fits all in perfectly, and it kind of looks like that rug was bought after maybe the mural was placed there. I'm not completely sure, but you can kind of see I did actually add a desk into this apartment as well. And so I kind of thought maybe if you don't want to have a Sim that's an artist that lives here, you maybe want to use a freelancer career or something like that. And so I did place the new table which we got in the last update. I think it was maybe like last week or the week before, I can't remember how long ago it was, but I did just add that new table and these new bookcases. Now, I actually spent a very long time cluttering up these bookcases, so I kind of skipped over the cluttering of them, and you kind of just see the little end part, just because I didn't want this video to just be 10 minutes of me putting a load of different objects on the same shelf because it can be very, very repetitive. You can kind of see I just skipped ahead there. I did only add a laptop onto this desk just because I felt like a computer was way too big, and I just thought that maybe they might want to pick their laptop up on the go and just go and sit in a cafe or something like that. But we have now moved on and I'm just doing the bathroom. So like I said, it has a shower and bath combo and then just a toilet and a little basin. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this artist inspired apartment. If you want to download it, it will be available in the gallery. My origin ID is in the description box down below. But apart from that, I'm going to end this voice over here. I hope you guys liked this video, and as always, if you do like my content, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Bye guys.